Sierra and I are cool. And I don't know what expectations that you have of me, but I haven't given consent to meet them. So all of this vitriol that you have about me is unfounded if I was to take it at face value. But on the other hand, it doesn't say anything about me or what I've done. It says more about your motive. And you're still contributing to my set of information. One, because I've heard you say that you think it really did happen, which I think is oddly peculiar that despite being told in the recording that it was an experiment, that you continue to execute what War Chief said. Now, I'm not willing to substantiate or unsubstantiate what he said, but it was all done under the auspice of an experiment. And then you furthermore said, I think he does beat his wives. Such an egregious thing to say, such a delusional thing to say after you've been told of what has been happening. Now, this is not something that somebody did and lied, and now you sticking with the lie and you found out. This was an experiment that was based on predicted reactions as noted. So this was not about you, Ashley, but you really made it about you with the information that you submitted along like others. Now, the information that you submitted is what I saw and what I heard, what I experienced. Really, that's all I can deal with at this point. But there was a flood of information that came in because of your vitriol, and that also was expected. So I just wanted to say that I don't know what it is that you're trying to do by continuously mentioning my name with some type of vitriol or Angela that is unfounded and unsubstantiated about how you feel about my joke or my prank, which it was not. It was an experiment. And if you want to find out anything about it, all you have to do is ask me. Don't shun me, because the same shunning that you're doing on panels about me with views or whatever it is that you're doing it for, it speaks to your motive. My motive was the truth all along. The fact that I used a lie to get there and then expose the lie, now what's exposed? Because now on my part and our part, everything was put out there. So if you got anything to say about me, Astro's forehead, Spider, or Divine, or anybody that wants to align themselves with this experiment, the horse is here. And now the horse's mouth is closing and both ears are opening.
Okay, so first of all, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I haven't spoke on this situation and I don't know how fucking long. I haven't even gone live, so I don't know what you heard, but please show the recording. I never said that I believe that. Sorry, the 3-year-old that I babysit keeps calling. Oh my god, he not gonna stop. I'm gonna have to call him, but I never said that I thought you beat your wives. I don't know where the fuck you got that from. Who told you that? I'm just curious. Hello.
You did. You said it out of your mouth. And you also
What? Well,
implicated
when did
war.
when did I
You
say
said,
this?
I
You
think
said I said this on my panel on my single live, or I said this while we were all here on the panel because I never said that
the
you beat your wives.
The same live that you said something about Astro's forehead was the live that you said that on, and you said
First of
something
all,
about war.
Astro knows my personality. She knows I've been playing with her. Literally, that's how we play. It's nothing serious about what I've been doing with Astro. That's just been kind of like a sleepy, silly kind of joke on the back end. So I don't know why you keep running with that one, but I didn't
Well,
say
I
that I
brought it
believed
up
you beat
because
your
you asked
wives.
me when did you say that, and I'm telling you when you said it. When you said what you said about Astro, it was all in the same sitting. I'm telling you and answering your question. That's the reason why I brought it up. Let's
Well,
not
I don't
deflect
recall
or
ever running
gaslight.
with it being a fact because we all knew that it was a lie. So I don't know why I would then turn on my single live and then say that you actually really did beat your wives. I don't, maybe you
Okay,
misunderstood my humor, but I never
okay.
believed it because I knew that it was false from the time that we did it on the panel. So I don't even know where you're at right now. But anywho, um, Past that, I mean, yeah, like that was a very good experiment. I did say I felt bad for Nasir. I'm glad he was able to forgive you and give you his power back or whatever. But I'm like, damn, I'm not never going to look at that in a high regard because you have the power to play in people's faces. And I had nothing but I ain't like nothing about it. Like that man was crying and shit. So you this 3-year old. You never know the vulnerability of of the people that you're fucking playing with, and that's what we watched happen. So I felt some type of way, like yo, you got to be careful how you get addicted to this app, and you look at all these people in whatever regard to the point where it would be that devastating for you if somebody were to come out and be falsely accused and or there be some truth to it. But how it played out was how it played out, and nobody was misunderstood about that. How I choose to have my rhetoric or vitriol or whatever the fuck you want to call it on my single live, I have the power to do so, just like you had the power to play in everybody's face and make this an experiment for you. So I don't get why you so all with your panties in a bunch. I can do, I'm doing the same thing you do. So but
Okay, all
personally, I
right.
know for a fact, I never said that that was a fact that you beat your wives. I don't know how you comprehended that because we already knew what it was. It was a bad joke. But go ahead, like I'll go on mute.
Um, I'll do this. If anybody in the live,
I just want to say this before you go on, bro.
mhm.
AB, I said that you was a Hindu and that you was an Indian. That I didn't want no beef with the elephants, and I told this nigga that you was gonna come through here on some godly shit. So, um, y'all carry on. And like I said, I don't want no smoke with the elephants.
You was
What
running
the?
a live what?
Well,
I'm sorry. I was working.
Oh my
I'm
God,
a
that was
more. I'm a Moor, and we're not, elephants aren't foreign to us. We rode into Rome and Greece on elephants with our women as well. So that's
Boom.
what my end result is
Damn,
on this
AB.
whole conversation. Yeah,
Nigga
you
took
feel
your
me?
elephant. Red dot. My bad. Go ahead. I'm done. I'm done.
Uh, Wait,
No,
what I
no,
missed
this
was
is
I
your
just
this
book.
is not
okay.
this is not okay. So taking what you've said, Ashley, at face value, I do want to say this, and it's just to prove nothing significant to you, perhaps. But I know I'm not the only person that heard that. I know I'm not the only person that also heard you say that War was probably not lying, that he probably did that. And this was after the experiment when you said that, because you said it to him.
Did because based on how realistic it seemed, and Akasha also felt like you admitted to it during the whole played out fucking theatrical performance you performed. So during that, it wasn't hard for me to believe because I date back to what 2020, maybe 2021. My first experience with War Chief was a conversation where he was explaining how he would not allow his wife to get on the app because of the women that are on the app and the perspectives that float on the app. And him and I had somewhat of a back and forth
Oh
because
yeah,
I
that was the
felt
whole
like,
thing.
why would you feel as though she's weak minded to consume things in a
Hmm.
way that would then be, maybe filtered into your relationship in a fucked up way or whatever the case may be? It was just one of those statements where it was just like, well, how are you strong enough to be
And
on the app?
unity.
So when he was saying what he was saying along the performance that you guys put on, it wasn't far fetched for me to be like, oh well, he might be on some weird shit where he watched what she spin and what she got going on because she's not strong enough to be on the app or he doesn't allow her to be on the app. Now this is a fact that he said this. And that's why I said what the fuck I said to back what was going on. I mean, yes, that was the performance. That was clear. Duh. Okay, we passed that point. But I just still brought up the fact that like this is why I
Hmm.
was in the headspace that I was in per the circumstances because you also admitted during the performance that
Unity.
that you did hit your wife or whatever the case may be or however the context was. I
Hmm.
smoke weed, so and I'm not a court clerk, so I don't do transcripts. I didn't type the shit as y'all was talking, but
Shut the fuck up, Ed.
from the gist of what I remember, there was some type
Okay.
of you were like, I don't beat on her anymore. So if I'm explaining what happened and then the aftermath of what happened when I'm doing my recap and how I do my performance on my single lives, if it was perceived as though I was saying it was a fact, I don't think that was the case in my head. Now, if that's what people want to run with and run back and tell you and
No,
screen record or
no.
whatever the fuck, they can have it. But I already knew from the beginning that it was all falsified information that spun everybody out. Now, did I care for it? No. Did I like
No.
watching Nasir break down and cry and be broken behind a man that he idolizes? Absolutely the fuck not. So, yeah, I spoke out on how I felt post the situation and then why I
Right.
came to the conclusions I came to during what was the performance that was going on. Now, after that, we already know that it was a performance. But
Right.
why did I think that it was true that War Chief would be controlling in his wife's pocket? Because he's controlling and he says she can't get on the app. That was something that he once said. So it made sense to me like, yo, he would probably be on that type of time. Because I remember he said this type of shit before. So that's
Well,
how we got there.
I
And
will
that's
say
why
this.
I asked in the
Yeah, wait, well, hold
comments,
on, hold
was
on,
this
hold on,
safe to
Ashley.
you?
I, I will say
Was
this,
this said to
Ashley,
you by
and this.
Spider? Because if it was said to you by Spider, then it probably was some cut in that shit.
Well,
What was
look,
I'm
said
just
to
put
me
that
by
I
out there.
will
Spider?
say this. I will say this because
Sorry.
when we had
Okay.
planned it,
Yeah, so sorry.
organic, you remember when we had planned it, what War
Right,
said had nothing to do with anything that we had planned. He had threw
right.
that in. So when he threw that in, I'm like, hold up, this is a whole nother set of damage control that I wasn't aware of. That's why I just took over. And the thing is, what you've said right now, you tread a very thin line. You tread a very thin line, Ashley. And this is how. I never said, I never said that I slapped my wife. I said I slapped her ass and I alluded to it, but I never outright said it. And when you just spoke what you said believed. Believed
You
is not
said I don't
confirmation.
do it anymore. I can go get Akasha because she came up and verbalized exactly what you said. That made it all not. This is how it switched from people will believe a lie versus people going with the truth. Because what you said was the truth. When you said something along the lines of "I don't do it anymore," there was no longer a lie in the situation because you were giving some type of like energy towards the scenario for it to be believable that you do this. So, however you want
Watch
to say
this.
you cleaned it
Watch
up
this.
here and there, it was
Watch
still
this.
very
Watch this,
prominent
Ashley.
that you
Don't
were
do what?
abusive.
Don't do what, Ashley? Watch this. Don't do what? I don't do what anymore?
Hit
You can't
them.
clearly, concisely say what it is, can you?
Hit
There's a
them.
reason.
I will go get
Hit
Akasha,
him
bro. I
how?
told you I
Hit
smoke
him
weed, so I
how?
can't remember it. But Akasha will tell you exactly because Akasha is far from a dummy as well. And she definitely came up and she said, no, this is exactly what you said. And that's
If
why it
y'all
was the
see
truth.
Akasha,
It was no longer deciphering whether the storyline was a lie or whether it was the truth because of exactly what you said during the storyline. So we were on the right page to be on your fucking head if the story was a fact. There was no, oh, we
incorrect.
just ran with it. No, there was
Do
it
you
was the part
remember?
that you played in it as well. You were bad. You were a
All
bad
right.
actor, Asaro. Don't ever do it again. It's fine.
Okay.
I know
Listen.
I'm not.
Do you?
I never said anything about it being a fact, but I did run the storyline back for all of the aspects of the emotions that I went through during the entire situation. Then coming to find out that it was a lie. So that's why even when I see organic, I say that I came here that day. Organic. I heard you was talking about my mother feet.
Yeah.
Why the fuck you talking about my mother feet? So I've been playing in their
What?
faces since anyway. But if they're
You
running
did.
back to you and saying
And
that
we
I'm
had a
on their neck
conversation before
or I'm
that.
on
Right.
their head about it, that's ridiculous because Astro knows I'm playing. She knows I'm not fucking
Right.
serious. So I don't know who's gassing you up and putting a battery in your back like I've been live every day since. I have not. I think
He
I've done
hasn't.
maybe two or
Yeah,
three
he
lives
hasn't.
since. I've been hanging out in Blocker's room. We've been talking about Black Lives Matter and niggas ain't shit. I don't know what to tell you how this is current in your heart to speak up on, like as if this has been an ongoing conversation from Ashley Banks since. It
That
has
no
not.
good
It was
goddamn woman
probably
is all over
one
this.
channel.
I'm
I did
telling you, I
one,
know that bitch
maybe
is all over this.
I did one
Smells
single
like
live
her.
maybe when it first happened 3 weeks ago, but I have not been on a rampage since. So I don't know why you feel like that, but okay. I don't know what to do with that
No.
for you.
Like I said the first time, I can only confirm what my eyes and ears have experienced. I'm only willing to stand on question and substantiate that which I've experienced. So it's not like I'm going to come and conflate and exaggerate and lie. There's no need for that.
So are you
However,
admitting to being in my window because I never saw your name come across my screen?
you probably wouldn't. I don't give a shit about none of that
I'm just
shit.
asking, were you in my
Oh,
window?
absolutely. I was
Oh, I love that for
gathering
you. Okay,
evidence.
no. I love that for you. Okay. But I mean, how often was I? Because you said regularly. That was the part too, that like you feel like I'm regularly tarnishing you. I don't, your names don't come up in the rooms. Your name personally doesn't come up in the rooms that I hang out in because it's not like the great Jesus debate. I typically don't stay around for those
You know
rooms.
what?
So I don't
You
know.
know
I
what,
haven't
Ashley? If
spoke on you.
whatever it is you're fishing for, Ashley, you don't have the
You're
right
the
bait.
one who said
Let
I
me just,
regularly talk about you, but I haven't been. That's what the
excuse
part I
me,
was just like, what?
you just told me that my panties were in a bunch. Okay,
Because
let's
you
not
are.
be ad
Okay,
let's
sorry.
not be ad hominem with the fallaciousness and deflection. I'm still being the same nigga that I was the day before the experiment, the day of the experiment, and now. There is
No, because you
no
didn't used to
change.
sit in my window. You used to come in my room, so you're not the same nigga. But okay.
You don't know me to make that assumption. See, this is the bullshit. You don't know me to make that
Oh, so you were
assumption. See, the
always in my.
thing is,
But you usually would come in.
you have these. See, this is why you're disappointed because you have these expectations of me, and I'm your friend, and
I
all.
don't.
You
I just
don't
know
know
there was
me.
never a
Listen,
problem with you
listen.
coming in my room.
Let's not go anywhere else with this. Whether I come in your room announced or unannounced, I don't give a fuck how you feel about that. Let's just be clean. That don't mean shit to me. And anything that you can say about that doesn't mean shit. You know why? Because any fucking body can do it at any given time. And at that point, I was gaining information about you. So yes, because you
Okay, well, I don't
afforded
sit in
this,
your window, so I don't know
you
what
don't
your
have, I
conversations
wouldn't give
consist
a
of.
shit. I don't care if you do or
I'm
not,
just,
Ashley.
but you
That's not
clearly
the
give a shit
issue here.
though, because you're in my window trying to assess me, so
So
I'm more
what?
important to
Who
you, and I
gives
love
a
that for
fuck
you.
about
But
that? You were
I'm
in
not
my
that. No, you
experiment.
give
You
a
were
high
in
fuck
my
about it.
experiment.
You give a
You
good
were
fuck about
in
it because you're stalking me
you
like
were
on the
in
back
my
end.
experiment. You were in my experiment. I don't give a fuck about how somebody feels about me because I'm watching them. If I can fucking do it, I'm gonna do it. And if
Well,
I
I think
felt
you
some
should
kind of way
relax
about it,
because it's
I
not
would
that deep
tell
for
you that
me.
I don't do it. But I don't
It's
feel
not
no
that
kind of
deep
way
for me,
about it.
sir.
I don't mind telling the truth on myself. There's no problem
I
in doing
know.
that.
I
I have a
congratulate
Well,
good
you
I
for
would
that.
relationship
definitely
with the
have a
truth.
problem if I did not opt into being somebody's experiment. Oh, sorry, that's kind of wild.
Excuse
But I
me?
mean, whatever. He's assessing us right
I'm
now,
saying
or he's assessing
personally,
me right
I
now,
would have a problem
and
with
I'm
somebody
disappointed.
saying you were in my experiment and I didn't opt into it.
That's 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 good because you just weren't one of the people that opted into it. You weren't around in its division, in its dissemination. So are you upset because you weren't around when it was planned? Because I don't know your
Oh,
schedule.
Saru, hold on, sir, hold on. I think you're doing a bit much. I'm trying to turn this down, but at the same, I don't give a fuck. I wasn't in the experiment and I wasn't around, like you said. I am saying, as somebody who is hearing this, that it is problematic for you to be doing this experiment and then just telling people, I was watching you, you were in my experiment and they didn't opt into it. That's all I'm saying. I'm not speaking on feelings. That's fucked up. Like, however,
Okay. And 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 I'm
Right. So
sorry your lives were
how do you
ruined.
and
I'm
feel? So
sorry
at
your
the end of the
lives were
and
day,
I'm
ruined
just saying
at the
what
end
the
of
because
the
fuck I
of the
feel.
day,
Look, I
wealth of
understand you
at
got
the
a
end of the
problem
information
with
that
day.
Ashley,
I
but
have
you're not about to
received
turn that
from
on me.
this
Because I will
experiment
turn up right with
far
you, Osaru,
exceeds
and you
your
know
Well,
I
from
am
feelings
the
this
or
boss.
anyone
So don't
experiment,
else's.
do that.
you
This is not
outside
what
the
that's
box
giving at
right
all.
now because you don't like
This
how
is
we
not what
played
that's
out for
Listen,
giving
you
at
on the
listen.
all.
back end.
First
Don't
of
do
all,
that.
And you
you're
can't
telling me
control
don't
that. And
do
you can't
that.
control that
Now you're
narrative.
telling
You
me
can't
what
you
experiments I should do and how I should go about
and
No,
now you're
nobody's
consenting
telling
telling
for
you
a
me
what to
how
do.
I have
I'm
double-blind
to
just saying you don't
experiment.
need to turn up at
Furthermore,
me
you're
because
not
I'm gonna give you that
listening.
energy
You
right
think
back.
you
And you
know
know
what
I'm
I'm
the one
talking
for it.
about, but
We
you
weren't
weren't
even
in
right
on the
here,
experiment
but you
to
want to
have
take
enough
it somewhere.
substantial information to even ask me the right question.
well, oh
How
I
are
don't
well.
you
give a
The
doing
fuck
this?
about
problem
your
is
experiment.
How
now
are
I'm
you
not
doing
asking
it?
no
Then
questions.
why are we
All I said
talking
was
about
if
it? Then
people
why
didn't
am I
opt into
talking
your
about
fucking
it with
experiment
you?
and you up
Then
here
why
talking about
am
something
I
you watching
talking
them,
about
it's
it with
weird.
you after
That's
I
it.
already expressed? Why are we having a
It's weird.
conversation if you don't give a fuck? Why?
It
Exactly.
wasn't a
That's what I'm trying
motherfucking
to figure out.
conversation.
You're the one who's having
I
the
didn't start a
conversation,
It
and
has
conversation.
you just keep
All
saying you
I
absolutely
don't give
said
a
nothing to
was
fuck.
do
that
with
is
it. Now you're
wrong. It's
inserting
wrong.
yourself in something that you have very little
I'm not
knowledge about.
inserting
And
shit.
instead
I'm
of
not inserting
making your
shit. All I
assumptions
said was
about
the
what
shit is
you've just
wrong.
heard, perhaps you need to hear a little bit more.
No, I don't. What I heard
Oh, well,
was
then
you were in
conversation
my
over. What were
experiment,
you
and
saying,
it sounded
Ashley?
like you
What
didn't
were you
ask to be
saying,
a part of that
Ashley?
shit. And so
Conversation
all I was
over.
saying was it is wrong. This
Conversation
don't have to be a
over,
debate. It don't have
Kente.
to be an
I'm not
argument.
talking
It's
to
not a
you. This
conversation.
has
And
nothing to
I'm
do with
not
you or your
turning myself into
feelings.
shit.
This has nothing to do with
There is
you and
no
your
feelings.
feelings.
There are no feelings.
You
You
just
think you're still
expressed
talking to
your
Ashley right
feelings.
now, and that's not the case.
You just
I
said
wasn't a
that's
part of
how
your
I
experiment. I
feel
don't give a
about it.
damn.
Am I going crazy, or did you just say that's how you
You
feel
know,
about
you
it?
are going crazy. And you out of your motherfucking
Oh,
mind if you
okay.
think you're going to keep talking to me like this. Yes, you are going crazy.
Excuse me. So how should I talk to you?
Astro's in the room.
I
Astro, were
don't
you
give a fuck.
bothered that
I'm
I
just
be
letting you know
bopping
that
you in
how
your
you talking
forehead,
right now
Astro?
is fucked up. And to
Hello,
Okay,
redirect,
then
because it
Astro.
tell me
wasn't
how
giving
I
this
should
at all.
talk to you,
It
Kente.
wasn't giving
Astro,
this
are
at
you
Write
all,
it
bothered that I
sucker.
be
down
And
so
I
bopping
I
you
have
in
a
can
your
lot of respect
memorize
forehead?
for
it
you.
and
But
avoid
y'all
you.
was done with that anyway. Y'all going back and forth repeating the same shit. I've been in here for only 10 minutes. And even I done heard the same shit over and over. So obviously that is done. So when I came up and said what I said about it being a problem, about you just stalking people for an experiment when they didn't give consent to the shit, that's it. There is no conversation about that. And
Don't
you,
give
as
a
the
fuck
as the
about
extreme
your
intellectual that you
feelings.
are, you should have
What
seen
does that
nothing wrong with
mean?
what I
I'm a
said. And there
stalker
were no
now. I'm a
emotions
stalker
in
now
it.
because I
There were
sat in
no
the window
emotions
of
in
her
what I
life.
said.
Like, are you
There
fucking
were no
serious,
emotions
Kente?
in what I
You're
said.
exaggerating and you're
I'm
gaslighting
not
right now, Kente.
exaggerating shit.
I,
You the
I
one
know,
talking about some
Kente, you're
feelings.
better than this. Kente, you are
Organic,
better
can I
than
get
this.
a
No,
mute? I
You
Osari,
only
are
you're
have
better
one
better
than
than
mute.
this.
this. You are better than this.
You're
I
better
didn't do
than
shit
You
but
are better
say
than
something
me. So
factual.
why are you resorting to something
Organic, can I get a mute?
unsubstantiated?
Okay, guys. So, as the world turns on Bigo, listen, I kind of agree with Kente. We did not consent to your experiment, right? Just like you didn't consent to my after show of your experiment. So, it just kind of comes with the price of tea in China. Like, you can't depict how I react to what you decided to do at the expense of me when I didn't sign up for that shit. So we're here now, and you have all this, well, why you say this and why you say that? Well, why did you even do what you did to begin with? But you're experimenting, right? So now you're dealing with the aftermath of your experiment and you don't like that shit. And that sounds like a personal problem to me. So if you're disappointed, like you said, you don't give a fuck, I really don't give a fuck. It's not going to muzzle me. I'm not going to choose my words more wisely at the expense of any, you know what I mean? Like I don't have to do that. Just like you didn't have to think it through when you decided to do this experiment that made Nasir cry. Like, damn, bro, the fuck? I get it. You know what I mean? But like at the same time, I don't get the point. But if you don't give a fuck, I don't get why you're bringing it up now and why you're sitting in my window waiting for me to speak on you. And then you're saying I regularly speak on you. I have not. Sorrow. I just see you when I see you. You have never been content for me. Never. Like, I really don't recall where you've been content for me, honestly. And if I did a quick segment on organic got me fucked up and it was a quick little, she know how I talk. I'm playing with her too. She knows. She plays with me. I play with her. It was never disrespect anywhere in that essence. Organic has my number on the back end. We talk on the phone. She understands me. I understand her. I'm not dissing her. I don't play in her face. She don't play in my face. Astro's in the comments. She's more than welcome to come up and say whether or not she felt violated by me say I was gonna bop her forehead because she knows I'm playing with her. And it's been a joke and it's been cutesy between it's like playing footsies with my homegirls. So I don't know who gassed you up and put that batter in your back, but I'm disappointed in you. Because if you can play in everybody's face and joke around and let me just see how much everybody cares about me and whether I was a fucking villain and whatever the fuck that was for your ego, then why you can't play now when we all playing? Why you being so serious? What the fuck? So we supposed to let all that go, but you can't let it go? That don't make no sense to me. So I'm disappointed in you. How about that? You can unmute them. I said what I said. We don't have to talk about it no more for real. We can move around.
That evil bitch spider. Hold on, he got his
I
mute.
paid
Go
for
ahead.
a mute. I paid for a mute. Yeah. Um, this is very funny how dismissive you are over what you want to be dismissive over, and how you would like for me to be serious and how you expect me to act. You and Kente, how you guys expect me to talk. And this is the downfall. This is the downfall. You know why? Because what I experienced with Nasir, we had a good long conversation. You know, he completely understands what I did and why I did it. You know why? Because Nasir has a more profound information set when it comes to me. When it comes to me. And it just so happened that he came in the room at that time, just like you, when we were doing that experiment. Now, had you been there and left, we wouldn't be having this conversation. You know, I've had this conversation with Nasir and others. We have no problem with what took place. So the fact that you're here trying to make it like you have some fucking love for Nasir after you play in his fucking face, because I'm serious with my experiment, but you played in his face by sitting there. You could have told him if you cared so much about him that he talks too fucking much. But you, for some odd reason, chose to put that in my DM. Somebody to which you don't fucking know. You don't know me. You don't know how I reacted. And I know you felt some kind of way because I just sent a smiley face. I'm not reacting to that because to me that's bullshit. That's somebody that don't know you, that wants to get in character with you some kind of way. And all I could say was, what did they say? Girl, bye. Please, Felicia, please. And the thing is, I don't hate you, Ashley. I don't hate you. I just find it odd how you're lying. And that's cool. Oh, no, I'm sorry. You're not lying. You smoke weed, you don't remember exactly. And that's convenient to say the least. Convenient. And I'm gonna land my plane because I don't need this full mute because I'm still studying. I'm still observing. And guess what?
Just say
Don't
bye,
try to tell
Felicia.
me. Yeah, I said it. I said it.
Yes,
Don't
he
don't
did.
try to
He
tell me
also,
how I
I
should
don't know
behave.
why you just talking about I'm inserting
Boy,
myself, but you
bye.
just put my
The
name in your
fuck?
soliloquy
My trying to hear
when
none of that
I
shit.
don't know what
I
the fuck
love
that
you. I
experiment was
This
love you,
about.
shit is
Kente.
So
funny.
I love
clearly,
you, Kente.
This shit is
Please
so
don't
funny.
explode on me.
I'm not talking about that right now. No, you got to get
This
this
shit
right
goes
here. This is
crazy.
Give
where
it.
you
Then
fucked up,
give it to me.
Osaru. Because if
Give it
you
to
knew
me.
from jump that I had no idea what the fuck your experiment was, nor do I have any attachment to it emotionally or otherwise, you would have never put that shit on me. You got an attitude with Ashley, so keep it there. That was my only point. I'm not inserting myself in shit. But since you did, I'm gonna tell you now, I don't have no expectations of you. I just expect to hear intellect whenever you open your mouth on this app. Is that too high of a fucking standard? Oh
But
fucking
girl, the
well.
way he
You
put
don't
it
have
out
to
there,
live up to it, but that's
he could
What
be
fuck it
has
lying
is.
every
changed?
But
day.
to
He could be
say,
lying
but
every
to
day
say
at
that
this
I'm,
point,
but to
Hey,
say
and
that
he
I'm
could
over
be
Trapper.
here trying to
spinning y'all out
control what
every
you're doing
fucking
and what you're
day.
saying. No, you're the one exaggerating because I don't give a fuck about that experiment. I never knew what the fuck it was about. I'm only hearing a little bit of the details now as y'all are going over it because it sounds like it's done. And all I said was, if nobody opted into that shit, it's fucked up. And nothing that you say
Okay.
about it is gonna change that fact. So you talking about something, I'm
Okay.
getting emotional about it. I'm putting my feelings. How?
That's
How?
fucked up for whom? Fucked up for who?
Nasir when he was crying. That was
In
fucked
Nasir
up.
general,
doesn't have
I'm
a
not even
problem.
speaking on not fear.
Nasir
Us
doesn't
in
have a
general, in
problem.
I don't
general.
give a fuck if he made up with
That's
you
not
and y'all
good.
kissed and made up on the back end. I don't care. It still was fucked up. And the show went on for
Okay,
another
But
30,
I'm
45,
not
let me do
speaking
55,
this
for not
again.
fear
55
though.
Hold on a
Hold
second.
on,
Hold on a
Ashley, because I
second.
get that that's your
Here you
point,
go,
but I'm the one that
organic.
said it,
I
and
need the
I'm
mic
just
for a second. Right
Go
to
ahead.
Nasir. Please leave Nasir alone. Please leave him alone. You know why? Because the difference between Nasir and you, Ashley, is one, Nasir was genuine. Nasir did not direct it to me. He directed it to the abuse. He didn't give a fuck about me. He cared about my wives more than he gave a fuck about me. See, that's the difference. And see, clinically, I've already delineated what has taken place. So, what you're
Hold on.
talking about in defense of Nasir takes you out of bounds. So don't try to use the brother and him getting emotional and crying as he should have, because I probably would have done the same fucking thing. Just being real. And real results came out. And guess what? Just by me reading and having the lecture, which you did not attend, helped thousands. You know what? People were there and they enjoyed it and they got something from it. So compared to that, I don't give a fuck how y'all feel, because you were used for the truth that was masked to come out. And I'm going to continue to do this shit, and nothing has changed. I don't give a fuck what your expectations of are me. You will be disappointed. One, because you don't know me. Two, you don't know me like I know me. And three, you will never know me like I know me. So whatever criterion or paradigm that you want me to slide into, how you want me to talk, how you want me to conduct affairs, how you want me to tell people that I'm doing a double blind experiment on them, because that means that the people that also took place in the experiment were also subjects as well. That's what double blind means. I don't see them fucking complaining. But guess what? I'm prepared for this. I am definitely prepared for this. And I'm taking that fucking information as I go, as I'm supposed to. And the thing is, it ain't no love lost. But in this case, your feelings fall down in the priority list. And especially if you're getting feelings generated when you don't know the whole scope and you only got a little bit, 5 minutes of information. That don't mean that I don't give a fuck about you. It just means listen. Ask some more questions before you discard what I've done, because what I've done is way greater than any fucking lie you've been told here on Bigo. If you just look at the body of work that I've created, from Ashley Banks' natural reactions, Nasir's natural reactions, all of the natural reactions of those who took part in it, you will see just as simple as somebody talking about lemon juice on a piece of paper and then making them invisible. And this dumbass man goes and robs a bank with lemon juice on his face because he thinks he's invisible. And look what came out of the study in that dumb motherfucker. The dumb
Dunning-Kruger. He was gonna say the Dunning-Kruger, but I had to let her get her mute. Go ahead, Ashley.
Okay, you keep saying you don't give a fuck, but clearly you do, because you brought this weak ass shit up. Because wasn't nobody thinking about it but you. Wasn't nobody thinking about it but you. I promise you, I wasn't thinking about it. I promise you I wasn't. I was minding my business. I was getting off of work. I got a call. You was mentioning my name. I have not spoke on you. I have been everywhere else in the world on Bigo, and you were the furthest from my thought process. Now, if we really want to dissect it and you say leave the brother out of it, I can't leave the brother out of it, because it just showed that, like, you don't deserve your power. You could be spinning this all out right now, since you come up with the ideas to falsify stories just to see how much people give a fuck, whether it's about you, your wives, your fucking ego. I don't know what that did for you, but the least person on the app that I would have expected to do some shit like that was you. But you're right, don't have no expectations. You proved your point. So basically you watered yourself down. Whatever instance where people were looking at you in a high regard, we're no longer paying you any fucking mind, because you have the ability to place yourself in this element of hierarchy, to then do some wild dumbass shit, got people on the app, men on the app crying. I'm like, man, why is we following this nigga as hard? We gotta follow this nigga. What the fuck? Let go of the nipple. Detach. This is abort mission. The fuck? If you ask me, that's all you did was water yourself down. Now you're mad at the aftermath. You're mad because people have something to say about your choice and to spin people out and falsify a storyline. But you should have never did it. You can't do what you do under your own understanding and then get mad at other people's understanding on how they want to go about it after the fact. That's where you fucked up at. You don't like this part, but it comes with the territory and you didn't think it all the way through. You haven't been a part of the world of Bigo drama and storylines that long. So you might want to sit back and take notes. I don't know. But you fucked yourself over in the deal if you want to be technical. I can't help that you did that to yourself, sir. I don't come in your room. I don't sit in your window. I don't need to be a part of your lessons no more, because I don't know what the fuck is the truth or a lie at this point. You just feeding your ego. You want to see how much power you have. Leave Nasir out. I'm sure it's leave Nasir out. Fuck the fact that you had a grown ass man on the panel crying in vulnerable moments, because he chose to just happen to come in the organics room. And you was under some weird ass fucking shit that you wanted to just do an experiment on people. An experiment. Like, what the fuck is you talking about? That's not for you. That's not your lane. I mean, but who am I to tell you what to do? I can only tell you how it affected people. You think you did a great deed, but in actuality, it's like, boy, bye, get the fuck out of here. I wouldn't let you leave my church. The fuck, because I never know when you lying. You do it so good. You lie so well. He lies so well. Like, bitch, no. The fuck is we talking about? I don't care how you feel about it. I never gave a fuck. You still speaking on it. So it's obviously you give a fuck. Stop saying you don't give a fuck because you clearly give a fuck. You brought this shit up today, months later, and I promise you a bitch wasn't thinking
On
about you. I can guarantee you that. Was not
your
thinking about you. Not in the least bit. So I'm
What's
sad
up?
that you are walking around with that heaviness on your heart, but I haven't spoke on you since the time I spoke on you or
On my
spoke on the
heart.
situation. So please
Who
show
does
a
this
receipt.
woman think she is? Like, I should be moved by
That's what
her.
I'm trying to figure
Like,
out.
who
Who
do
the
you
fuck
think
you think you
you
are?
are?
You brought
This
this
is
shit
the
up. Why?
pompous
Who the fuck are
bullshit
you?
that
I
is
thought you
You
had
brought
this
this
dreads
shit
on,
in
up.
it.
kid.
So who the
I'm the
fuck do you
one that
think you
ran the
are?
No, I got
experiment.
on there.
I'm the one that ran
That's
the
crazy.
experiment. I
Okay,
ran the
well now you
experiment.
flop.
That's
It
who
was
I
a
am.
flop
Give me one
experiment.
minute. I got you.
Sue
And
Give
I
me
me.
don't
1
sit
minute.
in your
Sue
window, sir.
me.
You sit in mine. So continue to do that. I
Sue
love that
me.
for you. Aha.
Sue me. Sue me.
Continue
That's
to
not
sit
a
in my
real laugh.
window.
Sue me.
Continue
That's
to
not
sit
a.
in my
You
window.
if
I don't
that
even go live
entertains
like that no
you,
more, but
if
I
that
love that you catch
entertains
it
you
when I
because
do go
that
live.
gives
That's
you some
crazy.
innuendo to my character, then by all means
Kasha, I don't
enjoy
know. He
that
brought
laugh.
this shit up talking about I regularly speak on him. He said I
Hold
regularly have
up,
been
hold up.
painting his
You're doing it
name.
now.
I don't
You're
talk to
doing
this.
it
I don't talk
now.
about him. The fuck?
Pull up Akasha. Where you at? I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead.
It's getting emotional and fishing for a reason. You was in my window. Do you know? I don't know the fucking value of that, and I don't give a fuck. You can say what the fuck you want to say about me being in your window. I don't know the value of that shit. I ain't been on Bigo long enough like you, invested in Bigo ethics like you. I know that the truth runs succinct throughout this fucking universe. And the fact that you're upset that because other people play jokes on you and do shit to you and have fake shit and generate real emotions in the Ashley Banks. And Ashley Banks just lets it go, perhaps because she smokes weed. But look at this. You have a brother that's in his bag, and I'm not tooting my own horn, nor do I need to, because what has taken place is so beautiful and so fulfilling that there really is nothing. There's nothing that you can do to this at this point but fortify the role that you have played in this experiment. And I, I am getting so much wealth that I really don't care how you feel. I don't care how you feel. And your expectations of me are only going to lead to your disappointment. And I have to keep paying for mutes to say this to you as if you think that I'm damaged now because now I done did the wrong thing. Why? Because you don't like it? Or people don't like it? You think I come here for likes like you? I don't give a fuck about likes. I don't give a fuck about that. That's why I can't get trapped on that shit. That's why that shit don't work on me, baby. I didn't come here for motherfucking beans or diamonds. I came here to give the truth and be effective. And if tears are there and they can be
Ooh, I'm sorry. I was trying to wait. I'm sorry.
so
Hold
much
on. Say that
so,
last part.
so much so that organic, what you wrote specifically
Hmm.
dissuades and eliminates Nasir, but it talks about Ashley. And Ashley has been substantiating this expectation of who I am supposed to be to her. And this is the fucking problem that the whole experiment was based around. People.
Okay, hold on. She got her mute too. Hold on. Go ahead.
I'm gonna just repeat this one more time, sir. You brought this dumbass shit back up. Like you and my Baltimore, that's Baltimore. You brought this shit back up. Like, where are you at? Like, I don't understand what you want from me right now. What your expectation is of me right now, sir? I was not thinking about you. I don't know how many times I gotta tell you, like, you're Osaru. I don't like you are not the go-to. I mean, I don't know what you want me to do with you at this point. Like, I was minding my business. I came in the room and you ran this whole fucking logic down that's on your heart heavy. Why are you stuck there? So maybe you have a little guilt or something. I don't know. You should have let bygones be bygones because I promise you, I could sit around you and pay you dust. pay you no mind, not antagonize you, not say nothing to you. People have watched me do it. I go in rooms all the time and I sit with people that don't fuck with me and I mind my motherfucking business. I stay on topic. I'm a professional. Yes, I've been here a while. I know the Beagle politics, the Beagle streets. I don't sit in your window. I don't give a fuck about what you talking about in your room. I don't. If I already decided you're not my cup of tea, bitch, I move around. It's very simple. It's not that hard. I don't know, even organic. I don't sit in her window. Y'all had to come and tell me somebody said something. If you see my name present, I am present in the room for hours. If y'all see me in blocker room, I'm in blocker room for hours. I'm not scrolling and watching. I don't. Neen is the only one I know. Sorry, Neen, that has a fucking. We call it the hall monitor because she's for some reason she can manage 10 rooms at one time. I was never able to concentrate because yes, I do smoke weed. The fuck? I can't focus like that. So I mean, listen, I guess if that's how you feel, I don't really give a fuck how you feel about it moving forward. I give so much of a zero fuck that I didn't bring this shit up to you. You brought this shit up to me. Like you wanted to discuss it. Now you backpedaling and tucking your tail and trying to make it seem like you poking your chest out on me. You can't poke your chest out on me, sir. I didn't bring this shit the fuck up. I don't give a fuck about it. I really don't. Like, I don't care. It was a fucked up ass joke that you fucking crafted and you made Nasir cry. And that was fucked up. And that's a grown ass man. And now he cool with you and you feel empowered in that too. That's why you keep saying it. Like, it be.
Like I said, you just can't stay away from Nasir. You're gonna make me pull receipts. Don't act like you give a fuck about that grown man, because if you gave a fuck about that grown man being a grown man, you would have told him to his face that he talked too fucking much like a grown man instead of coming in my motherfucking DMs trying to coax me into agreement and conversation with you against him. My chest ain't fucking poked out against you, Ashley. I loves Ashley Banks. I really do. I really do love you, Ashley Banks. You know why? Because I've heard you say some brilliant things, some really fucking brilliant things. When it comes to the relationship shit, I got to give you your motherfucking props, because it's more than one occasion that you've sent me spinning. But I'm telling you, in this instance, you're wrong. And you're barking up the wrong tree. And still, you're trying to tell me how to react. You're trying to tell people how you feel as if emoting is going to cause a problem. And that's what I'm here to be